Hello everybody, I am George, and in today's video I am going to show you the trickiest opening existing in chess, which is played by millions of people, and surely you have faced it before. Have you guessed for which opening I am talking about? The center game. Ready? Let's take a look. The game starts with e4, pawn on e5, knight f3, and then knight on c6 comes next. White plays d4, preparing a pawn break to the e5 square. Black captures, and here the magic begins, after transposing to an unknown variation very similar to the Scotch gambit by moving the knight on g5 aiming the f7 square. Black plays the logical move h6 with the purpose of kicking this fatal knight from the king side. Right move? No! The trap here begins. White sacks the knight, forking the queen and the rook simultaneously. So black has to capture it immediately. Even though the analysis bar gives a slight advantage to the blacks, let's see three main reasons that white has more advantageous position. Number 1. The king is now exposed to many possible threats and he can no longer castle to get more protection. Number 2. Black's pieces are totally undeveloped. Number 3. Your opponents have no idea of this opening variation as it does not exist in chess theory books. Back to our position. Bishop c4, check. White advances its pieces dangerously, developing a kingside attack. Now the black king can be moved as indicated by the arrows. According to statistics, most chess players here retreat their king to get him to a safer place. Queen h5 follows and black king is exposed again. Due to white's diagonal control, e7 is the only square available. Queen on f7, delivering another deadly check. As you can see, black now has limited choices. King on d6, black reaches the end. Bishop on f4, check again. Now black has to move the king on c5 or block the threat with the knight. In both cases, you win. If your opponent moves his knight on e5, you simply play queen d5 check, and after his king's retreat, you play queen captures e5 and you deliver a very beautiful checkmate. Amazing! Now let's move back and see what happens if your opponent moves his king on c5. White's queen gives another check on d5, and then black has two possible squares to move the king. As you can see, in both cases white wins again. Simple win in 11 moves. As you saw, most players capture the knight, but it is not a good idea. Let's see other possible moves that your opponents might play. Others choose to play queen on f6. Strange, isn't it? Of course, because then follows knight captures h8 and white is +6 in material. Next move less possible, queen e7, which falls to the same pattern. Some others move their king on e7. That's the complete idiots, because you just grab the queen. Bishop b4 check. The king is in a check and the knight is threatened. In fact, pawn to c3 prevents white from losing. Captures and captures, king takes the knight and pawn takes the bishop. An isolated pawn has been created to the b-file. Black, wanting to gain the advantage, captures it with the knight, however it falls to the following trap. Queen on b3, delivering a check and threatening the knight simultaneously. Black is obviously lost. There will be more and more possible moves, but it doesn't matter to analyze them because they are very weak. So, I would recommend to the blacks to take the knight and be careful, or to give up a rook. That's the end of the video. If you apply all these suggestions to your chess games, that probably gives you a rating of 1,500 in most chess applications, but if you apply them and also like and subscribe, that gives you a rating of 1,600 and more, as you will be able to see more videos about chess openings and chess traps. See you soon. Goodbye.